This season of the Urban Conservative Podcast is brought to you by Newton for Senate, working to improve education, reduce taxes, and keep North Carolina #1 for business. Find out more at newtonforsenate.com.
This episode of the Urban Conservative has also been sponsored by Case Technology Consulting. Help your business get value out of its data and become more efficient and streamlined. Case Technology Consulting. Check out the link in the description. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Time for Top of the Morning, best 30-minute morning show on the internet right here on the Urban Conservative. It's Friday, time for that weekly wrap-up, of course. Head over to tuconservative.com. That is the website where you can support what we do over here. Because outside of this podcasting thing, you know, we actually have some wonderful things going on, related to bringing this conservatism to the hood, as it were, to the urban centers and to the folks who, need it. So make sure you head over to tuconservative.com. That is the website. You can support us on Cash App, $TUConservative. Follow us on everything, Twitter, TU Conservative, Facebook, The Urban Conservative, and or TUC Twins. And of course, we're on YouTube. You know, we had thousands of subscribers and YouTube did the whole, y'all are out of here. So we building the YouTube back. You know, we don't put a much emphasis on that though, because a lot of y'all rock out with us on Facebook and of course on all the, the podcasting apps, bro. But top of the morning, what's good?
Everything good. I see Brother Tony Cunningham in from Hope County. Top of the morning, brother. Look forward to working with you to bring that men's huddle to Hope County for sure. Also, I got to give a big, fantastic, and amazing shout out to everybody over at the Douglas Leadership Institute. Now, if you don't know, the Douglas Leadership Institute is going to be hosting the Our Faith, Our Freedom conference that is going down in November. It's a few weeks out. If you are a member of the Frederick Douglass Foundation of North Carolina, then you get a 50% discount. So shouts out to everybody at the Frederick Douglass Foundation of North Carolina. You can go to dliinstitute.org to find out more about the November 4th event. And Brother Tony Cunningham, we have a seat for you. So get up with Tansy, Brother Cunningham, to make sure we get you squared away, because we got a seat for you at the gala that Saturday, November 4th. Yeah, bro. Other than that, it's been an interesting week. It's been a very
I gotta shout out all the candidates that are running. Well, and there's a lot of them, so I'm not gonna do it individually, but I do have to shout out all the candidates that are running for municipal elections. Very, very important stuff. And it takes a lot to put your life out there and your family out there and run around. So shouts out to all of the candidates up here, and a super big shout out to our Suffolk County executive candidate, Ed Romaine. You know what I like to see about this? The reason I'm bringing this up, because it is a weekly thing. Ed Romaine is the Brookhaven Town Supervisor, right?
Okay.
But he's also running for executive, county executive, and they debated. So I wanna go into.
So was this a forum, or was this like
this was a debate? This was an actual debate. Okay. This was an actual debate, all right? And here's the thing, right? I don't want to sound biased, but I'm a little biased. I'll be honest. I'm a little biased because I know Romaine, and I've been around him, and I know the history of the work that he's done in this. The Democrat gentleman that you see there on the left, I don't want to give him a shout, but his name's on the screen. So his name is Dave Colon. And here's my thing, Ali. When we talk about, when we come on this show, and we talk about being involved in candidate selection and candidate screening, and how do you determine who to vote for, right? The guy is endorsed by the Working Families Party, the
Cologne guy.
Yeah, and this just rubbed me the wrong way.
What the hell is the Working Families Party?
It's a Democrat offshoot. If you go to the website, it looks just like the Black Lives Matter website and all that nonsense. They claim to be for the working families, but I don't know what abortion and reproductive health care,
reproductive justice.
So Cologne made a presentation, and that presentation, had I not been aware that he was a Democrat, I was like, oh, he's a pretty conservative guy. Based on some of the things he said, maybe pretty conservative. But then somebody stands up and goes, hey, he's on the Working Families line. He just shot us a bunch of BS because he knows everybody here leans a little skews right. So he gave us, the problem is that the answers you gave us, you couldn't possibly have given to the Working Families Party. You couldn't have done it.
So he was doing the whole, I'm going to say what I need to say in front of you, but when I'm over there, I'm going to say some...
To get the endorsement from the Dems,
what some might call a McCarthy.
Yeah, so again, we're going to do, later on today, I'm going to do a review of this debate. Maybe this weekend I'll do a review of the debate. But shouts out to all I'll tell you is that not a good debate for Cologne. Not a good debate for Cologne.
It didn't work out well for him, huh?
Because, the thing is, when you try to personal attacks, the whole, I'm going to attack you personally and come up with all of these, like my thing is this, if you're going to have your team create campaigns that are going to call me names and call me crooks and call me all types of things, don't think we're cool when I see you. I'm not saying it's on site and we're going to fight.
I'm going to say this
I'm
now.
not shaking your hand and we're not going to be shooting this shit before the debate. Get out of my face with that. Y'all playing dirty.
I don't have to play. Okay. So what you're saying is I am completely justified if you've lied, and I'm not, okay, let me take me out of it, because then people are going to be like,
let's put you in it. You had a group of people go into a Facebook Messenger, you personally, you've experienced this, say some vile, disgusting, racist, anti-Muslim crap, and then get in public and go and hug you. Like, stand up legit in public and go to embrace you.
So I wouldn't have been wrong with the flying elbow.
No, you'd have been wrong because it's a female. You'd have been wrong.
If it was, I'm just saying, if I'd have pulled a Raheem in the mall. For those of you who don't know where a Raheem in the mall is, show them the Raheem in the mall when they try to sell you stuff in the mall.
I can't even do it right now.
No! Yo, you be hitting them with the, no! No, thank you. I'm good. Nah, I'm good.
So listen. We're already at the 10-minute mark. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're gonna come back with some more stuff. It is the weekly wrap up right here on the Urban Conservative, top of the morning with the TUC Twins. Do us a favor, hit that share. We're going to be on for a little while with y'all, covering some of the madness going on around the country this past few days and this week. And there's also some good stuff. There's always some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep a positive swinging in too. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
All right, folks, you're back on top of the morning with the TUC Twins. I'm Abdul Ali. That guy up there is my twin brother, Raheem, Architect Soto. Fencing?
Yeah, I bet you're wondering why there's a fencer.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Would you, if you had that get up on, and this is for the whole audience, if you had that get up on, would you charge at the cops?
Absolutely not.
Like, yo, like, you angry, you good, that's what you got on right here. Would you charge after?
I got a general rule of thumb, bro. I got a general rule of thumb. You know what it is?
Mm.
Don't charge at the police.
Well, in a case of play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yeah.
Okay.
Officer this week fatally shoots a man in a fencing mask who charged with, you ready for this? Swords.
He had swords in his hand.
That's swords. A police fatally shot the man who charged at authorities with 2 swords. This happened in Elwood, Long Island.
Oh, that sounds your way.
Yeah, and the police commissioner said the shooting appeared to be justified. Mr. Weber, 54, was pronounced dead at the hospital after Tuesday night's shooting in Elwood. Police responded to the 911 call reporting a man acting violently inside of a home. Weber was screaming and breaking items when I wonder what happened. When officers arrived and he refused to come outside. Police said,
Wait, hold on, stop. So he was breaking up crap in his own house?
Who knows? It may not have been his house. If they call him,
that's what I was trying to get, because I'm like, wait a minute, who cares?
All right, the Suffolk County officers entered and Weber confronted them with swords while wearing a fencing mask. Police Commissioner Rodney Harrison said, adding Weber did not obey commands to drop the swords. An officer shot a stun gun at him. See, less lethal was the first option.
Okay,
less lethal was the first option.
Okay.
So what happens is he goes in there. Commissioner said he did not obey commands to drop the swords. Officer popped them, and the stun gun had no effect. So they went with the less lethal option first. Weber, after getting the voltage, then charged, and one officer fired several shots. Harrison said the officer's name was not released. So let me ask this question. Let me ask this quick question. What if that happened to be one of your conflict resolution people?
Yo, we would be talking about, literally, the story would read, in today's news in Elwood, Long Island, a conflict resolution specialist with the Suffolk County Police Department was killed by an angry man with
a whole different ball game.
That would be a different ball game. And no, Brother Cunningham, it didn't end well for the fencer.
No, sir. It did not end. It did not end well. So Weber then charged. One officer fired, and Harrison said the officer's name has not yet been released, but he feels the officer had no choice but to use what they had to use to stop the threat, which I don't see the problem. Neighbors say they had called the police earlier in the day when Weber was running around to houses in the neighborhood trying to open doors and take mail.
Take mail?
Take mail.
Okay.
Police responded, but did not take him into custody, they said. Okay. State and local authorities are investigating the shooting. Harrison said he reviewed the officer's body camera video, and at this time, I believe it is a justified shooting. Sounds justified. I'm not sure what you're doing in people's mailboxes, but I mean, you can't put on the fencing thing. It doesn't make you invincible. It's clearly not bulletproof.
Nice. Well, being that you got that, I don't know if you heard about this went down this week with your girl. Did you hear about your girl this week? This chick, you know who that is?
I have no idea who that is.
That is Mrs. I Got Kidnapped. Carly Russell is ordered to pay 18 grand. This was this week on the 12th. Ordered to pay 18 grand for hoax kidnapping, and then she faces jail time. She's an Alabama nursing student. Her name is Carly Nicole Russell, guilty of false kidnapping in order to pay 18 grand and spend a year in jail. The Hoover County Court director confirmed to CBS News. Her attorney appealed the decision, and the case is still technically in the investigative state. The spokesperson for the Attorney General of Alabama told CBS News. Russell is 25, made headlines on July 13th when she called 911 to report a toddler missing on the highway in Alabama. She pled not guilty on Wednesday, but Judge Brad Bishop found her guilty of filing a false police report, falsely reporting the incident. She's ordered again to pay $831, a $500 fine, and $331 in court costs for each misdemeanor charge, as well as 17 grand in restitution and a year in jail, and then 6 months on each charge if they don't run them concurrently. So she I knew it was fishy from the very beginning, bro. Like I did not believe any of that because, first of all, like a toddler on the side of the road and there's no video footage and you just so happen to be the first one and it wasn't no group of people, you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't really add up to me from the very beginning. But the other side of this is, thankfully, this wasn't I don't think this was Juicy Smollett-ish. You know, she didn't say I was kidnapped by some KKK people and they kidnapped me because what's the girl from New York? She didn't do an Al Sharpton gig, a Tawana Brawley. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you're gonna do a scam, a hoax like that, you gotta go Tawana Brawley deep into it. You gotta smear some feces at the if you're gonna go that hard. But again, Carlee Russell facing up to a year in jail, $18,000 in restitution ordered to pay. Also, this week, former Granville County Sheriff Brendel Wilkins pled guilty to 4 counts of felony obstruction of justice and 2 misdemeanors for failure to discharge duties. This stems from an incident in 2014 in which he was accused of urging someone to kill a deputy he thought was about to expose his use of racially offensive language. He was indicted 5 years later on 2 counts of obstruction of justice. The grand jury indictment stated that he told someone to kill Deputy Joshua Freeman, telling the person to take care of it, and the only way you're going to stop him is to kill him. The indictment also alleged that the sheriff then withheld knowledge of the threat against Freeman. What ended up happening was this dude got caught on tape saying some fairly racist stuff. So, yeah, that's a wrap. And then the big elephant in the room this week, bro. The big elephant in the room this week.
There's a few elephants. There's a few.
Oh, buddy. But the big elephant in the room this week is local elections went down this week. And all I got to say is, Rocky Mount. What happened, y'all? I know what happened. We know what happened.
I almost want you to pull up the Rocky Mount video, the Adrian Loves Rocky Mount, the footage of that meeting. Look at this. Look at this.
No, really, she has footage of the meeting up there.
Yeah, you didn't hear the whole. Well, somebody sent it to us, and there was a lot of preaching and hooting and hollering, and then this morning on the Brother Bronson show, I commented on the post, and it's like, oh, people only come here to start trouble. I'm like, oh, we started the trouble? You mean that 47,000 wasn't no problem to you? You mean all that murder in your city wasn't no big deal to you? Things are just peachy fucking rosy out there to you? All right, sure. You got to see Bronson's show this morning. Andre trying to explain the city council meeting, and come on, bro, you planned that. That was a rally. You had a rally.
But here's the thing.
You knew months ago. You see, the thing is, this is the thing. He knew months ago the sanitation workers were going to get a raise. He knew that. So you're really legit playing with people.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, bro. Because we're so involved politically, we know and understand when somebody's doing a gimmick, when somebody's running the flim flam, as it were. And that, it's sad to see people get so emotionally taken advantage of. And then you stand up there with these preacher antics, and the Lord said we must, and the people of the Rocky Mountain 200 years before we could get a house, and you sharecropped couldn't get no house. Like, yo, bro. At what point do people stop falling for that crap? Now, the other side of this, and I think it's very, very telling, is that less than 22% voter turnout, actually about 17% voter turnout. You're muted, bro. You have no audio.
I said, pull up the results, right? This Rocky Mount thing is really bothering me. And this week in particular is because if I would be okay with it if there was somebody that was willing to ask the tough questions directly to Andre. If he was saying, let me ask you these questions. Like, yo, do you actually live in that house, bro? Like, I want you to tell the truth. Do you actually live in that house? You don't, right? Let's ask this next question. Do you actually think there's a conspiracy of white people hell bent on getting y'all thrown out of office because y'all are black? And do you honestly think that you and anybody that's been there for over 2 election cycles have done a good job running that city? You can't sit here and say you have. You just can't. It's not possible.
That was 503 votes right there to 574.
Tell you what he had. 60 people show up for him. 60 more people show up for him than these other 2 gentlemen.
That's about right.
Right. And but you know what that tells me about the bottom 2 though, right? And I'm saying this respectfully. That tells me y'all didn't do enough work. That tells me, because if you go to the previous year's number, right? What did you get?
Not that. It was way more votes in 21.
So you didn't put an emphasis. You know what it is? And people sometimes worry about the echo chamber that they're in. The 6 or 7 people they talk to regularly that they think have some influence on things. And I think that's kind of the mistake. Like, yo, I'm going to listen to this 5 people who are here in Rocky Mount that don't do politics, but think they know what's going on. So then you taking bad advice, you flip-flopping on when you're going to announce. Then you come out. I'll just call it what it is. I don't think y'all had good candidates. I'm gonna come out and say it. Like I
agree.
I don't
with
think
that.
you had a good candidate. I don't think Tarek was a good candidate. I think respectfully he stepped up. I don't think he was a good candidate. Yeah, to be honest with you. And the reason I'm saying that is because the numbers stay the same. The numbers stayed the same. With what did Andre get last time?
Hold on, I'm about to go to another tab, pull up the election results, and go look at the ones from 2019. Hold on, let me go look at.
Hey, I gotta remember something. The people there telling us, the people that live in the city are telling us it's called Murder Mount.
I didn't make that up. Let's
just see what's happening this week in Rocky Mount.
All right. So last cycle in 2019, Andre Knight got 748 votes. Tarek got 584. So 200 less people showed up in Ward 1. Now, interestingly enough, and this is just the Edgecombe side, interestingly enough, Bronson got 1,291 votes. Sandy Robertson only got 540. And, you know, this time
it looks like they might have had a conversation.
What?
It looks like they might. It looks like they may have had a conversation with the a closed door meeting with the Telegram. They might have had that meeting.
Like, yeah, y'all don't be talking about this daggone election now. Yo.
Looks like they might have had. Look, there's not a crime on this newspaper.
What? Share your screen. What?
Wait, what is this? Hold on. Y'all had a low. See, voters say unity safety concerns about crime led them to vote in the city's municipal election.
Yeah, what voters? Y'all had. Let me go to this screen, bro.
Are you sharing can you see my screen?
There are 10,953 eligible voters. 16.78% showed up. I'm looking at your screen now. What you got? Campaign volunteers, Clara Cobb, Jeff Davis, pretty good, but churches, they arrived at the Okay. Yeah, I don't see anybody else's signs out there, but okay. So what are you bringing up by bringing that up? What are you saying?
Saying, how do y'all do a story about who's united to vote and nobody showed up? I'm confused. Yeah, they said something to him.
Special session. Sounded like
see, this is all theater because y'all already got the raise. So this was all theater.
Right. And then look, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this because, again, the argument could be made that we
Oh
don't.
no! What do we want? Local here we go with Cooper Blackwell again.
Oh God, that libtard.
Yeah. And these poor gentlemen don't even realize they're being manipulated.
When he says we, he says, what do we want? Is Cooper Blackwell a sanitation worker?
Here we go with the bullshit. Here we go
Is
with
he a
the
sanitation
absolute
worker?
All right. Good morning, Miss Barbara. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think he's a sanitation worker. I mean, he might smoke.
You know
the
what?
weeds, but
You know what? I at the 28-minute mark on this, bro, 26-minute mark. Here's my problem, right? Here's my problem. People have to stop, and I'm saying,
go ahead.
yo, but Rob, we gotta call it down the middle. People on the left and the right do this political theater bullshit. They hype people up, they gaslight them. Come on, bro. Come on. Like, all right. What else you want to say about that? Because I'm at a point of just sheer and utter frustration with that.
Yeah, but that's why these people are not showing up to vote. There's no counterpoint to this, and you got people that whose jobs, whether that's in the sanitation department, whether that's in the highway department, whether that's in the city hall building, these people's jobs are tied to sometimes Andre's decision making, Mr. Knight's decision making. So your job could be in jeopardy. Your cousin's job could be in jeopardy. Don't work at OIC and then have a point counter to Andre or Blackwell's or somebody's, because you won't have a job. So these people are absolutely terrified
of saying anything in opposition to him, but anywhere that's going on, it's not a good look. Anywhere where you have people who have been on the job for that long, and you look at the results, you look at what's happening to the city. Now, I dare say that people think, and it's going to be said, because I already got a phone call about it, they came here to stir up trouble, and they were under the boot of the white man, and them boys came down here to try to stop us, and the this, that, and the third. Well, ideally,
yeah, they had a conversation with him, because I'm looking at the crime rate out there, and I'm seeing what's going on, and they just stopped reporting crime. Like, it's just like they stopped. There hasn't been a crime report since
nowhere
October
on the Telegram
7th.
Is there any of that no more?
I'm on the Telegram on their crime section, and there's nothing there since October 7th. Pine Top man of inappropriate touching a kid, bomb threat on the 3rd. Yeah, see, I lose respect for media
unless
outlets.
There's no crime to report. Unless nothing happened. Don't forget that.
Okay, so then let's just go to the blotter. Let's go to the police blotter.
Okay, do they have one?
We're gonna
I'm
see.
looking it up. Rocky Mount Police blotter. Oh my God. Do they have one? No, I don't see one, bro. Hold on, I'm looking. I'm digging. If somebody knows, please let us know. But I don't see a police department. Contact us. Annual reports. Crime. Let's see what we got on crime. Crime Stoppers missing person submitted tip. Nah, they don't have a Crime Stoppers video.
Hold on.
Like, they don't have that. They don't have that available. But
hold on, chill, bro. You gonna tell me I ain't got it? You gonna tell me?
Daily Bulletin: damage to property. One result found. That's not newsworthy. No arrest made on. This is today, though. You're on October 12th.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all you got. But you look at the date. Drop the date.
Let's see. Can we do the month?
No, you can't do the month. You can just look at the interface and tell there. Okay. Animal cruelty, overdose. Rhonda Gail Horton, white female, cited on charge of speeding, assault, simple missing. Like, does that all need to be in the newspaper?
No, I'm not suggesting it needs to be in the newspaper. Weapon violation, domestic violence, dog bite, no liability. A simple.
I mean, and to be honest, that ain't
fraud,
that's
weapons,
not
larceny,
anymore.
fraud, larceny, hit and run.
Right. So what are you suggesting?
They had that conversation. They brought the Telegram in there. Said, "Hey, I was trying to put all this on this cover this news."
Yeah, I don't think that's the case, bro. I just don't think any of that is.
They called for it. They called for it. Let's not act like they didn't call for it.
None of that makes a newspaper. None of that. A domestic violence event happens every day, B. No, like, nah. But a murder, a shooting, something like that will make the paper. I mean, give them credit. If they've gone a couple of weeks without a shooting or anything happening, that's a good thing.
Oh, that's all I want is I want them to go indefinitely without any shootings. Like we don't want the crime to be there. We don't need, like, I'd prefer to not have any of that anywhere. Obviously, any sane person would not want that, right? But I see the paper a little bit differently. So you saying
I wouldn't do that if I were you, because there's nothing there to put there. I'm not going to put.
all right.
There's nothing there to put. I mean, give them credit, yo. They're trying to wrangle in some of this crime. I get it. I think, and look, that can't be said. Oh, the Twins is only doom and gloom, and they only hit it. Nah, good job, Rocky Mount. Like, great job
on that anyway. Look, on that anyway.
On that front, the voting thing, not so freaking much.
Oh,
not too happy about the voting thing. Last thing we're gonna cover this morning, and look. I gotta give a big shout out to my friend Justice Payton. Shouts out to her and her husband. Her husband Simon is over in Israel right now. He is over there fighting for Israel right now. Like, literally flew out Sunday. So I gotta highlight this. You know, our state house passed a resolution in support of Israel, and Democrats walked out. Not cast a vote, not cast a no, not cast a present. Y'all walked out. Now, the problem that I have with that is, and I won't even say the problem. The issue that I have with that is that when we look at who it was all Democrats. John Autry of Mecklenburg County, Rep. Amber Baker of Forsyth, Glorstein Brown from Pitt, Kanika Brown.
Yeah, hold on. Let's make this super simple. Let's simplify this so we don't have to go through all of this long drawn out stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Hamas, the terrorist group Hamas, had their way today, Friday the 13th, and these extremist Muslims started snatching y'all Democrat asses up, y'all wouldn't be pro Hamas. Y'all wouldn't be so quick to be quiet about nothing. A few of y'all get your asses snatched up and whooped, you wouldn't be talking like that. Now, if these representatives are so much on their high horse or so above the regular people that they haven't seen the grotesque images, don't play any of that.
This is in New York. A car carrying men waving a Palestinian flag stopped dead center of the LIE, bro.
Yeah, that's a
Where
stunt.
are the police at?
That's a stunt.
I'm just saying, where are the cops? Like,
on the way. This video wasn't long enough for you to see that. The video ain't long enough for you to see where the cops is at.
True. That's fair.
And listen, I would give up my car. I'd smash my car into them. I'd just keep driving. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah, that's anything but an American flag. Especially a Palestinian flag. Oh, you definitely gonna get, No, that's not.
There's gonna be some crash derby situation.
Yo, come on.
Yeah, but bro, that's where we are. And then when you look around the country at all of these pro-Hamas rallies and all of this stuff, here's my thing: at what point did so many people become international political geniuses?
Well, it doesn't even require that. These people don't even know the basics of the argument. People are having conversations about this on both sides that I can tell clearly have no fundamental understanding of what's happening, of what's going on, and who's quote unquote right or wrong in the situation. And to be honest with you, if you're of the disposition that somehow Israel is responsible for this, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. And I say that to say, you could be one of the people that think Egypt is illegitimate and since 1940, you can think that.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what you want to believe, it's a free country. Think what you want to think in reference to that particular thing. But to suggest somehow that the slaughter of innocent men, women, and babies, forget, all right, let's just skip the men and women. These are babies in cages that you are on video.
No,
cutting
we're not.
the
We're not
top off
talking
of.
about a facility that you're metaphorically calling a cage. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about an actual.
I need you to show me the equivalent video of Israel doing the same thing to these Palestinian people. You can't show me
It doesn't exist,
Jews
bro.
over there beheading Palestinian babies. There's no video of that. There's no video of that. There's no evidence of any of this, but there is footage of the concert with people having fun dancing, doing a thing, and people start falling out the sky with machine guns, shooting them.
Yo, here's the thing that blows my mind is when I see black folks say stupid shit like, them people are on stolen land, God be with Palestine. Then I see them say things like, Israel government is corrupt and evil. Like, bro, these are people that don't read. It's heartbreaking.
Listen.
It's heartbreaking.
It's one of these situations where everybody's having an emotional reaction. And the reality of it is a highly nuanced conversation that should take place. It is not just a simple matter of I'm pro-Israel or anti-Hamas or pro-Hamas, anti-Israel. You have to understand this is a highly nuanced. There's a lot of information you have to have. And there's a lot of information we just don't have about what goes on.
Correct.
And to be honest, if you're missing, listen, if you only have 12% of the story, which is what most of these people you see, like somebody that puts up there that says that they're on stolen land, right? That the idea that the Israelite, the Jewish people there are on stolen land. Yo, this is not a conversation. They don't understand that it's not a conversation you want to pull the lid open on. You don't want to do that because then everybody's going to look bad. I'm just calling it what it is. Everybody's going to look. There's going to be some realities that you have to confront, and I'll pose one of them.
What's that?
What is at the core of the argument here? What's at the core of the argument?
Well, to some, they would say that the Jews invaded the homeland of the Palestinians and that they've been
that's
there.
not at the core of it. Nope. That ain't it.
So what do you think is the core?
No, it's not what I think. It's what they say is at the core of it. So at the core of it, one group of people subscribes to the idea that they're this biblical group. The other group of people subscribe to the idea that they're this biblical group of people. That's at the core of the argument.
Group of people or whatever.
That's what you got. Like essentially, that's what you got.
Yeah, so that's what I just said. They're saying that the argument is the Jews aren't the Jews and that they shouldn't be there, right? That they shouldn't be there because they're not this and they're not that. And then the Muslim people have been there forever and this, that, and the third, right? Hold on. Y'all always talking about how people don't read or don't know what they're talking about, but people have different views on this topic. It's okay to have a view.
Yeah, I don't know if you listen to anything I just said, but clearly people are free to subscribe to whatever they want to subscribe to. But then there's the fundamental reality that goes beyond what doesn't matter, which is your opinion. I don't want to get into anybody's opinion about the matter. What the facts of the matter are is that this is based on the criteria. This whole thing is that one group of people say they are this group of people from the Bible. The other group of people believe they are this group of people from the Bible. Then you got this piece of land in question. Then you got who got the blessing and I got the blessing and you didn't. And I am super simplifying what's at the core of it. Now the rest of this, to me, this is a demonstration in the level of barbarity that human beings can have around their belief systems.
Because we all, I'm a Christian, but I'm not throwing stones at a gay person for being gay. We've all agreed.
Listen, bro, I keep telling you this. I keep telling you this as a Muslim. I keep telling you this. And I'm going to keep saying this until you tell me to stop saying it. Nobody's running around here in America, for the most part, nobody's running around here living out the book in its entirety.
Right.
Y'all got to stop paying attention to the crazy parts of the books because there's some nutty stuff in everybody book. Everybody got some wild stuff that don't fit in 2023 in the book. It don't fit. And I know it don't fit because the facts of the matter is, if you want to say that I'm wrong, you can't. You can't say I'm wrong because there are any given Sunday I could walk into a Christian church, any church anywhere.
They're eating pork.
Done. You're done.
They're
Or you
eating
got on
shrimp.
copper
They
and
have on
polyester
mixed
shirts.
fabrics. Like, come on,
Yeah,
bro.
you got on mixed fabrics. You got a female pastor. Yo, so let's not act like I'm the one saying that it's already happening that we don't live out the books in their entirety because some of the shit don't make no sense. Like, I'm finna stone nobody in the town circle for lying.
Raheem is not gonna go find a 10-year-old prepubescent girl that no man has touched because the Prophet Muhammad told him to. Nobody's doing
This is sheer madness, folks. This is madness. So what I'm suggesting is that, to me, that this whole situation with the students from Harvard issuing that letter blaming Israel, with the celebrities that have been quiet on this matter, the fact of the matter is that one side and one side only is participating in some of the most barbaric things that have ever been put on social media, and that have like, it's a continuation of medieval war times. Like, why are you killing babies? What are you reading?
That part.
Yeah, what are you reading?
If you're a pro-Hamas person or you think Israel is corrupt, explain to me or post up, send it to us. The video of Israel beheading babies, the videos of Israel screaming death to this or death, it's not there. But real quick, bro, I don't want to jump because we're at the 42-minute mark, right?
Hold on, but there's one other thing real quick. There's one other thing with this. Y'all always talking about how people don't read because they demonstrate it. It's demonstrated that when somebody opens their mouth and they begin to speak about a subject, if you're somebody I'll give you a perfect example before we move on, because I don't want Brother Frank to think I'm in contention with him again or that I'm getting fly out the mouth like he always say I do with him. But the reason we say that is because we can tell, like you can tell, if whatever your profession is, you can tell if someone's a novice, if they don't know what they're talking about, if they've been doing it for a while, if they've been doing it for a long time, based on where and what comes out of their mouth when they begin to speak about a subject. So if I begin to speak when two aircraft engine engineers are talking, I don't have much to say because I don't know nothing about aircraft engines.
Let me use this as an example.
Hold on
real quick. Let me use this as an example. I had a meeting the other day, and in that meeting were some electrical executives from Duke Energy, right? And they were talking about nuclear energy. Do you know what I did the entire time they were talking?
Let me try this. You shut the fuck up.
Completely, totally, all. Like, yo, when they said something that I was in my wheelhouse, I said something. But outside of that knowing when you're out of your depth, but that's the situation we're dealing with, is that people, and this is the issue that I have a lot of times with social media.
Bro, are you simply saying like, yo, bro, you need to go over there in the 3 feet. You don't know how to swim. Yo, you jumping in on the 9 foot end, ain't never had a flip flop on, ain't never did a backstroke, bro. Paddling like that, you gonna drown over here. So that's why we point that out, Brother Frank, because it's obvious that people are not reading. People are not actually getting a fundamental understanding of the subject matters they're having a conversation about, and they're coming to the table with opinions. And instead of an opinion, and then it's a very poorly formed opinion because they don't have enough information. They don't have enough data,
right,
to form a solid opinion.
I'm willing to bet right now. And don't Google it. Nobody who's sitting here going they're pro-Hamas could even name the Israeli ambassador from the United States. Couldn't even name the ambassador. Like, come on. So last thing, bro. Last thing. We at the 45-minute mark. Y'all checking out top of the morning. It's the weekly wrap up. The only other thing I wanted to say is this, right? Have you seen this, bro? Have you seen? Oh, what the hell is this lady talking about? Listen to this. Listen to this.
Men, we need to be fearless. Because let's be honest, as women, as young women, we need to be fearless. To strive and thrive, we must be fearless. To bulldoze through the obstacles that are placed in
She said to bulldoze through the obstacles. Oh my God.
front of us every day.
Does she
And
mean
that's
obstacles?
doubly true for women of color, queer women, trans women, disabled women.
How in the hell a disabled woman and a trans woman the same thing?
Yeah, they even got these like these weird androgynously dressed people behind.
All right, I was hoping you were gonna say that,
Turn
bro.
this shit off, man. Turn this off.
Like, who told the homegirl that baggy suit with the fake ponytail was a good idea, bro?
Turn this off, bro. You gotta stop, because then I'm gonna have jokes. Like I'm not trying to clown nobody on this.
All right, ladies and
Friday.
gentlemen, you have been checking out Top of the Morning weekly wrap up here on the Urban Conservative. If you haven't done so already, we need you to go to tuconservative.com, grab yourself a membership, support the platform. We are, look, 2024 is going to be a huge opportunity for us. We have some things that we're working on, and we want you to be a part of it. So you can reach out directly to us, tuconservative@gmail.com. Reach out to us on Facebook. If you've ever wanted to be an executive producer, you have the opportunity to do that. But again, tuconservative.com. Follow us on all social media and wherever you listen to podcasts. We will see you guys live and direct Monday morning for Top of the Morning right back here. And then Monday night, the Urban Conservative podcast.
Yep, and listen, stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing a review of the for the Suffolk County heads. We're going to be doing a review of the Cologne Romaine debate. So stay tuned. You'll see the event go up on social media. So, for ladies and gentlemen, for my twin brother Dua Ali, I'm Raheem Architect Soto. We are the TUC twins. This has been Top of the Morning weekly wrap up. We are in fact the out of here. All right.
Peace.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.